Hello and welcome back everybody to a brand new FTB Infinity Expert Mode video. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. I know I am as well. So many amazing things. As you can see right over here, let's get started automatically. I've removed all of the lasers. That's right. Well, we need to improve that situation. Get out of here, Enderman. We need to make it better. Just better. Hey, Horsey, how you doing? You doing good? You doing good there, Mr. Buddy? I think you're doing just fine, my horse pet. He can't seem to get out of here, by the way. Don't know why. One other quick thing is I had this on video. I honestly did, and it didn't work. So we got the ultimate solar panel trophy. That's the biggest solar panel you can make. This guy is now producing 32,000 RF per tick. It's pretty darn sweet. So we have 32,000 RF per tick right here, right like so, in that solar panel. It also stores 32, almost 33 million over and above this. So that's pretty awesome as well. The other thing of note is, well, that's 32, and our turbine is working amazingly. Absolutely perfect. We are producing a good 28,000 here. So 32 and 28, we're at about 60k RF per tick, and that's not even including the culinary generators. This guy's producing pretty much at peak optimum and efficiency. No issues whatsoever. We're not even using that much power yet. One thing of note, though, I did have to upgrade to the ender fluid conduits. A couple other people mentioned things like the superlative, and I'm sure there was a couple others that I can't remember. But these guys definitely work just fine for the steam. I'm not sure if I need all of the outputs, but I put them on there just because. I didn't really want to test it otherwise. Now, the interesting thing here is some of our steam and stuff is really just wasted at this point. This guy right here is barely doing anything for us anymore. These guys are still, of course, EU. Maybe I'll switch this guy over to EU as well. And we do need to get some more nuclear and all that kind of stuff going. One other quick note is I did upgrade and make an electric furnace here from Industrial Craft 2. Now this guy here is going to completely handle our glass duty for the entire system. And as you can see, we have about 11 overclocker upgrades along with an auto ejector and some energy storage. And this guy, it is bulldozing through the sand. You can actually watch the glass grow quite quickly. I think this is basically some of the fastest that you can smelt, outside of just getting more overclocker upgrades and more power into the system. So we're using a ton of power here to process this, but we are also using a level emitter over here to stop it once we hit 20,000 glass. And then we're automatically putting it into the ME interface back into the system, as well as we have the pattern here for glass too. So for example, if I get a solar panel or two in here trying to get crafted up, it'll actually allow me to craft the glass as well. Okay. A couple other things that we've done. Let's see. I've added on to our computers. We're now up to 5 different computers or crafts that we can do. I'm working on 12 more 64Ks. Actually, let me just double check to make sure that this didn't bug out. It didn't. Okay. Sometimes when I come back in, this is connected again to the ME interface, and it just messes everything up. But we're in luck. Not this time. So we have the 5 there. That's good. I'm making 12 64K storage to replace all of these ones. All right, just to improve that. I've also added more to our molecular system over here, kind of busting through the floor a little bit. We're up to 20 channels there, so nothing too bad or crazy. Let's see. Let's take you. I'll take you indeed. We definitely need that. So the main thing that we need to do is we need to start setting up our actual laser system. I want to get this guy auto crafted up and ready to go just forever because, well, that's smart. and easy, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to need a lot more lasers. Now, lasers, if I'm not mistaken, require the diamantine. Yeah, and we don't have that set up for auto crafting. We don't have lasers set up for auto crafting either. I might get another thermionic fabricator, which I have. Excellent. And we'll just set this guy up over here for now. Yeah, right here. Works. Okay, we'll get the redstone right there. Oh, I guess I had some hardened on me. That's fine. We'll put that guy down and put this guy in as well. So we're going to need a bit of glass. Luckily, we have lots of that. No issues there. We will get that in place, and then we will set this guy up for our diamonds. So this will just be our generic setup, right? So if we need diamonds, if we need any other type of item, this is where it's going to take place. So I'm going to get these diamantines as much as possible here, just kind of clicking through, and I guess we'll go from there. I think that should give us quite a few lasers, and it'll help us do our setup quite nicely. Yeah, 2 stacks of diamonds. I think we can deal with that. Yeah, I think we can definitely deal with that. Alright, so here we are with the lasers. With the lasers, boom, that's going to give us another 51. So that gives us not a bad amount. That's pretty good, I guess. We could have maybe done a little bit better. I would also like to get a few more assembly tables. What did those involve? A diamond gear, hey? Okay, so we need to get some gold gears. Let's see, do we have any of those? I don't even think I have that one set to autocraft, do I? So we'll just do that one manually. Again, these are things that we're not really going to be doing that often. So you're probably just better off kind of pulling them in manually and going from there. So we do need to get the diamond gear. I want to get... How many do I want of these? Do we want 4? Maybe even 5 assembly tables? We might want 5 of these. So let's get some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That should work. And boom. Boom. Okay, so that gives us 6 total. I guess I only needed 4. Oh well, not a big deal. Now, I've built out this area over here, and if we look at our chunk loading and all that, or our chunks, I'd like to keep all of this laser system in this chunk. Now, the problem that I have is I need to get some ME controller over here. We might need to make more ME controllers in general to get this done. So let's make a couple more of those. And we don't have anything. Great. Yeah, we don't. Okay. Let me figure out how I want to run this over here, because it's a problem. Alright, so we're waiting on a couple other things to finish up here, but here's our initial setup for the lasers. I did run a dense cable over, so we should be good for, you know, like 32 channels over here. We have so many channels, it's just a matter of getting them set up appropriately. But in the meantime, I'm going to swap these guys out because we did get our 64K, and why not? This is kind of the point we're at in the game where we can kind of do whatever it is we want to do, because we have lots of resources and lots of power to us. So, without further ado, I'm going to do all of this. So we can upgrade all of these. That's good. That's not a bug at all, right? No, not at all. So this guy will then be disabled. Good. And alright, so now we have 5 of the 256Ks with the 5 co-processing units ready to go for our computer system, which is great, which means we could actually go crazy and basically, so that's 400. We don't have the ability to do that, but we can make one of these per. So we could actually make 5 of those at one time. Oh god. Oh god. That's a little crazy. Let's get our ME interfaces either way. Are we still not done here? What is going on? Why is this taking so long? ME interfaces. Crafting logic processors. Doesn't look like it. Did we not get like enough silicon or something? I don't know. Let's cancel it. Let's go to the ME interface and make 3 more. Available, available, available. I don't get it. I don't understand why it wasn't crafting. Okay, anyways, so we have our ME interfaces. That's good. These guys are all going to go on the bottom, just like this, 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 and this. Now, this is pretty overkill. I'm not going to lie. You definitely do not need this many, you know, ME interfaces and stuff like that. But, well, where's the fun in not doing overkill? Apparently, this is start of overkill day on the server for me. So we have these guys, and basically what we can do is we can set up different recipes in each one. So, for example, one of these will definitely only be for redstone. Then the other ones will be for, like, the iron chipsets, the gold chipsets, the emerald chipsets, all that kind of stuff, right? So say this one right here is going to be for redstone. Good. This one here will be for the iron only. Excellent. That way we're kind of just keeping everything in line and good. That one will be golden. This one will be emerald. Good. And then maybe this last one over here. I don't think I'm missing any chipsets. Am I? No, we're good. The rest of them are kind of more... Oh, I guess diamond. What is diamond chipset used for again? Machine frame reinforced. Diamond ore. Are we going to even need this? No, I don't think so. Not at this point in time. We really don't need a lot of this stuff. Oh, those we do need, though. Okay, yeah, we do need to set up a diamond one as well. Okay, that's fine. So we'll set up a diamond one too. Good. And this can be in here. So we have all of the main chipsets. And then the other thing that we're going to set up is we're going to set up some of these to be for the more, you know, the advanced stuff, right? So we're going to have some of this, some of this. We need to get, you know, a couple of these in there. We're good at that. We're going to need to get ourselves some regular circuits. I don't have any of the regular circuit boards. That's fine. And then over on the emerald one, for example, we can do the next tier up. So the, you know, resonant machine frame as well. So we'll queue up those to be ready to go across the board. The rest of this can be put away. Good. That can be put away. And we do need to run some power over here. Actually... No, you know what? Let's get a Tesseract. Let's get a Tesseract. I think I'm making one. Why is Signalum not working? Why are we not working on some of these crafting recipes? I add in stuff and everything breaks. And everything breaks. Go. Start. Alloys only. Signalum. Why? Okay. No, it's going. Weird. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. It's kind of like freezing up at certain times. Anyways, not a big deal. So we're going to run a Tesseract over here, I think. And the other thing that we're going to need is an output back into all of this. So we're just going to do a hole like that. And we'll simply run... Oh, I don't know. We'll probably get an item conduit. Yeah, I think that would work best in this circumstance. It's just kind of compact and all that kind of stuff. Translocators would work nice. We don't have those. We do not. All right. The next step is to set up all of the lasers. Now, this room is basically going to be completely surrounded in lasers. So we are going to be running lasers all the way around, like so, across this entire thing. So all the laser beams... are going to go all the way around. Yes, excellent. And then also on the ceiling. And basically anywhere else that we can fit them to get even more coverage of more lasers. Now, I believe we could go from the bottom. There is the potential that we could remove the floor out of here, but not at this current time. I forgot to set this guy up with the signalum. All right, I got to lock this. Gotta lock it. Locked and loaded. Perfect. All right. So now one of the issues we're going to have, I do have hardened flux ducts here. I just thought about this. So let's actually put this Tesseract a little bit further back. And we're going to need to pipe in a better system here. So we're going to need some redstone probably. Like so. Yeah, that would work okay, I think. And then we can just kind of run this around the horn a little bit and get multiple connections going into this system. Because you have to remember, each connection of this is only 800 RF per tick. Now, lasers, I believe, are only, what, 20? It's not a lot, but we'll get a connection up like this. And then we will basically just run the Tesseract right here. We will set that to private, and we'll give this to Kryllyk power. Receive. Perfect. All right. So we should be getting power. All of these should be fully powered. Good. And fall through the floor. No big deal. Still 0 deaths. So don't want to run into any situations there. And I'm just going to start building up our lasers accordingly. Alright, so there we go. A nice clean system with corners for power transfer. Other than that, we're going to set up all of the lasers like so. Now, I just noticed one of the flaws in my system where we actually aren't going to get that many lasers in this setup because of the corners, right? On the corners there, we're going to run into an issue right like this where you can't double up on the lasers, which is kind of annoying, but it should still work pretty darn awesome. And we should have laser beams going every which direction. Holy cow. Alright, that works. That works, I guess. It looks kind of silly, but I love it. I love every second of it. Okay, good, 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 good. Excellent. Alright, we will complete these last couple here. Really not that many. I was anticipating a lot more. Just saying. That's fine, though. We'll get more lasers in place. It'll be fine. That's already a stack, so I guess we do have a decent amount. Oh my lord. That looks like madness. Doesn't it? So that's for the diamond chipset. That guy takes 800. So that's pretty substantial. That is pretty substantial. Now the good thing about it is it automatically outputted it back into the ME interface. So we don't really have to worry about running things back in or anything like that. But we're only at 2640 RF. Not really that great. I need to get more hardened flux ducts. As you can see, we're pretty much maxed out across the board. But we can get a few more done up here. And kind of just keep going. Yeah, it's probably the best way to do it. We'll just keep on going. Alright, so I got a lot of the lasers up and, mostly going. So the next step is to set up all the recipes. So one of these equals a redstone chipset, stuff like that. Kind of difficult to get in here, but oh god, all the laser beams. So we'll throw that in there because we do need the chipsets, definitely. So let's get that guy going. I'm kind of thinking that maybe we should set up different lasers for each one. Just kind of saying. Yeah, okay, only one. Thanks. So basically what we need to do is all the different types of chipsets that we want to craft up. So the iron chipset, for example, same kind of deal, along with the redstone, like so. Good. So that equals that. Good. Now basically all we're going to do is we will fly underneath, because I will never keep track of all of these. And this one's going to be the redstone chipset. This one here is the iron chipset, just like that. And now we should be able to continually craft however many we want to craft. So the redstone chipset, we should be able to say, okay, I want 2,000 of these. And it should just go. And it should do the job in a timely manner. Now, because we're splitting our lasers, this is what I'm talking about, maybe having one of these boxes for each laser system, because now we're limiting over here while improving over here. Not necessarily a bad thing, in the long run, but it would kind of be nice just to improve them all at the same time, if you know what I mean. So let's just replace these back. I wanted to make sure that that was all working correctly. It's still good. It's still better than what we had, but it could still be better, if you know what I mean. So I got a few other ones of these to craft up. We need to get the gold one, golden chipset. And the emerald and the diamond. And then we also need to work on the different machine frames as well. Alright, so I'm currently waiting for the resident machine frame to finish in this system, but I did set up the basic machine to work, so that one is working now. This guy's almost done, so I'm not too concerned, and the rest we will just wait on. In the meantime, we have a couple other things that we need to address, and one of those is very important. One of those is rubber. I've been manually farming all of the rubber in this world. Yeah, I know, right? So what we need to do is we need to make a harvester. Hands down. It is time to do this. We need the dark axes. We need to get this harvester up and running. We need a machine chassis, which is that, and a few basic capacitors. Again, pretty easy to make. Good. We do have the technology to kind of auto-craft all those now, which is awesome, might I add. What are we waiting on? Nothing. We're waiting on nothing. By the time I clicked, it already went away. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Alright, if not faster. So, do we have everything? Plastic sheets. Plastic sheets, eh? Alright. Alright. I see you, plastic sheets. I see you. We haven't actually set that up for an auto-crafting yet at all. We should probably do that right away. Yeah, we will do that right away, but for right now we'll just auto-craft it because you know what, we might, I don't know, we'll see. So that will work like so and like so. We'll just do it manually for right now. We do have enough for what we actually need, so we'll leave it at that for now. Let's get our harvester. Boom. Done. Excellent. We're also going to need to get a planter from the same kind of setup. So, boom. We're going to need a few more of those basic capacitors. 2 of them. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. That was a lot faster. Yes, I prefer that speed. Good. Alright, we're going to need a flower pot. Got it. And another Z-Logic controller. Dang it. Alright. So that is Solarium, Zombie Head, Silicone, etc. Okay, Solarium, 1, 2. Zombie Head, 1. Some Silicon. Let's craft another 100 of those. Do your thing. 1, 2. Good. And a little bit of the redstone, like so. That should give us our Z-Logic controller. So I'm going to finish getting the planter here, and then we can start working on a Mine Factory Reloaded rubber tree farm, because we need all of it. We need the rubbers. Alright, so we've done a decent amount of work here, and I just want to get this this tree farm up and running. So we're just going to do a basic item filter. We need a hopper. Let's get at least 10 more of those. Good. Excellent. Okay, basic item filter is what we're going to need, and we're going to want to filter out or filter in the saplings into the actual, this guy right here. So we're going to whitelist in saplings like so. So that guy will only accept saplings. Good. On the back side here, we need to get it into a chest of some sort. Now, this chest here, if I'm not mistaken, goes all the way over to here and into this kind of system over here. Now, we could probably just milk off of that a little bit. Let's see, what are we at for lines here? We're at 24 of 32. That's not that bad at all, really. we could definitely tap into here. So this is definitely an 8 of 8. This is a 6 of 8. So we could put it down on this end for the rubber tree and the rubber tree sapling. So let's get some caches, because those will work, and we have a whole bunch of them. Good. And we will set these guys up with the rubber tree stuff. So this will give us access to 2 more items. Yeah, okay, good. Let's get some more item ducts. Not warp item ducts, just regular item ducts. Thank you. We're going to slide this guy down a little bit, like so. Put our trash can down here. Good. And then these guys will go right here and right there. So let's get all of our rubber stuff. So first things first is the raw rubber itself. Good. We'll place those in there. Lock it. The next one is going to be the rubber tree logs themselves as well. And then the rest we should be good to go on. Nothing else should come from this. Okay, good. So that one's connected. We need our item duct here to connect up to that one as well. And then just a couple storage buses to make sure that it's a part of our system going forward. Should be pretty straightforward and pretty quick. We'll place one down like so. Priority of plus 100. And we can basically make it rubber. Good. The next one should almost be done here. Come on now. Crafting silicon. Cancel. This guy. Logic processor. Go. Do your thing. I'd like to switch out this guy. Boom. To be over here. Good. So that'll be our dense. So that'll be our last resort. All the rest will find a correct home. Understandably so. There we go. There's our other storage bus. Now, I think we're pretty much at wrapping up point at this time. We've done quite a bit in this video, which is great. So that's going to work like that. And yeah, I guess the rest will just go into that system. So we could just run transfer pipes, right? Do I want to, though? Those are a little slow. You know what? Let's just run this over. Yeah. Let's run some item conduits over. Let's upgrade this thing, right? Like, the whole thing that we've been talking about this whole day is about getting more powerful items. So, let's do just that. I'm going to get a few more item conduits because they're not that difficult to make, honestly. Item ducts. Boom. Another 60. Excellent. Love it. And then item conduits. We'll probably need some of these guys. Good and good. Make those. Awesome. 12 more. More than enough for right now. I do love the Ender IO cabling. I really do. I've always been a big fan of it. So we'll do this along with that. And that should then extract all the items that can go that direction into that there chest. But we will need to insert it. Okay, so that should then work, right? That should clear up the harvester, but we have no power, which we'll have to address. And that will input the items into here. Good. Good enough. All right. So let's just double check. We should be at insert only. Good. Excellent. And this guy's insert. This guy's export. Always active. Insert. Perfect. Right? This should do the job. So we just need power. We just need some power over here. And that's easily ran just from our power system right here. It doesn't require very much at all. And I'm going to run the energy conduits over, and then we will tap in with some standard energy conduits all as well. So from Ender IO. That way they can consume the same block. Alright, so a few energy conduits just to plug into the system here, just like so. That's the nice thing about Ender IO, is they can all connect together. And now we should have power, which we do. Excellent. This guy should also have power up here, which it does. Good. and we should be chopping down the trees. Now, at this point in time, we haven't really come up with a sludge boiler system or anything like that yet, so I think I'm just going to void pipe out the extra sludge on this until I do set up the sludge boiler, which we're kind of already past, to be honest. It's really not necessary anymore, if you know what I mean. So we'll just fluid void pipe, good, and we'll set that directly on our harvester over here. We do have a decent amount of sludge, and we should really do something with it, but I guess all in due time. Why is this not working? Why is this not pulling out the things? I'm a little confused. This should be set to always active, right? Active without signal. Extract. This guy's whitelisted to be the rubber saplings. The rest should automatically be going over here. Why is that not working? Oh, it worked. Okay. Maybe it just had to be updated. Anyways, that's it. That's good enough rubber farm. I don't foresee much of a problem there. We are going to have a decent amount in no time. I guarantee it. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate all the support. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Kind of getting some quality of life stuff done. Very, very useful stuff. And thank you, and have a fantastic day.